The blood of Abel cried from the ground, and Cain wandered in darkness. But in the ashes of loss, God raised a new light, Seth. From his line would come the Redeemer, the one who would restore what Eden had lost.
After the fall, after the murder of Abel and the exile of Cain, silence fell upon Adam and Eve. Their hearts were heavy with grief, one son slain, another condemned to wander. But even in their sorrow, God had not forgotten them. In time, Eve conceived again, and she bore a son. She called his name Seth, saying, "God has appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew." Seth's birth was not just a comfort, it was a sign of hope. A reminder that even when sin destroys, God restores. Seth grew in the shadow of Eden's gates, hearing the stories of paradise from his father, Adam. He learned of a world unspoiled by sin, a garden where man walked with God. And though he could not return, Seth carried that memory like a sacred flame. He was different from Cain's line, where violence and rebellion spread. Seth's descendants sought the Lord. It was in his days that men began to call upon the name of the Lord. Through him, a godly lineage was established, a thread of faith woven through generations. Adam lived long enough to see Seth's children and grandchildren. And when Adam died, it was Seth who bore the weight of carrying on the legacy of the first man. He continued to walk with God, teaching his sons to remember the promise spoken long ago, that one day, the seed of the woman would crush the serpent's head. Seth lived 912 years. He witnessed the growing corruption of men, yet held fast to faith in the Creator. And when his time came, like his father before him, Seth returned to the dust. But his story did not end there. From Seth's line came Enosh, then Noah, then Abraham, then David, and at last, Jesus Christ, the Redeemer foretold since Eden. Seth's life was quiet, his name often forgotten. But his legacy carried the promise of salvation. He was the bridge between man's fall and God's restoration, the appointed one through whom grace would flow to all generations. From death came life. From sorrow, hope. From Seth, salvation's story continued.
From the ashes of loss, God raised a promise. Through Seth, the line of faith endured, a thread of hope woven through generations. And from his bloodline would come the Redeemer, the one to crush the serpent and restore what was lost in Eden. Seth's life reminds us, even after sin and sorrow, God's plan for redemption never dies.